Hey guys, it's Dorian Nicole back with another video. So welcome back to the channel. If this is not your first time here, thank you so much for tuning in again. If this is your first time here, then welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I am Dorian Nicole and this is my lovely channel. I know it's been a minute. I feel like every time I come here, I have to say it's been a minute, but it has been a minute. Don't hold it against me. Y'all know when things get crazy, I gotta take a break. So it's been a little crazy, but we are here today with another video. I feel like y'all already know rules and regulations. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. If you like this video, make sure you like the video. Comment down below any tips you can give me because today's video is going to be a plant video, as you can probably tell. So yeah, going throughout the video, if you have any tips, any tricks, anything that you know that can help me on this plant journey, then definitely drop a comment down below and let me know. Okay, so we're going to get right into it. If you've been here before, you watched my last video, then you know that the last time I was here, I started my indoor plant journey and I have been working with my indoor plants. I bought these, I think the last time I posted was like 3 weeks ago. So I bought these 3 weeks ago and I wanted to come and give you guys an update because when I first bought them, they were in their little starter pots and I hadn't done anything. So I told you I was going to do some research and figure out how I can care for these plants. And honestly speaking, I haven't done anything. Let me not say anything. I've repotted them, but that's all I did. I repotted them. I fertilized them a little bit and I gave them some water and that's it. I haven't really been doing as much as I should be doing to take care of them. So I do feel bad. I do feel like a bad plant mom, but today I'm going to show y'all where we're at. Okay, I did some research today to figure out how I care for these plants to make sure that I'm caring for them the right way. And for the most part, I'm not too far off, but there are some things that I could change. So I'm basically going to show you guys the plants now that they are repotted. I'm going to show you how they've been doing. Some of them haven't been doing great. So yeah, we have some things to do. We have some work to do. And I didn't clean up anything. This is just how they've been in here sitting, which isn't the best, I know, but I kind of wanted to show y'all like what the actual process was since I haven't been taking care of them. Now that I'm going to start taking care of them, I wanted to show y'all what that looks like so that when I do come back again, y'all can see the actual process. Okay, I feel like the only way that I could really get help with this plant mom thing is if I take you all through the process so y'all can see what I did, what I didn't do, and let me know like what changes can be made. So yeah, we're just going to get into it. I'm going to show you guys. I'm not replanting. I'm not repotting anything. For the most part, it's just going to be a little maintenance. Some of them need to be cleaned up a little bit. Some of them need to be watered. So I'm just going to show you all the updates on how they're doing and let you see how we get them back together. Okay. Okay, so we are here with the plants. I'm going to try to do this as best as I can. Unfortunately, the lighting in this room, I always tell y'all, is super bad. I still haven't bought a new light because there are just more important things to do in the world right now. So y'all going to have to deal with the crazy lighting. Also, it's partially because I closed the blinds I closed the curtains just because trying to record this with that light coming in here was too much. It wasn't working out. So those are closed for now, but usually they're open just so you have an idea of like what kind of sunlight the plants are getting. Okay, so let's get right into it. I also have my notes, so if y'all see me looking over here, I'm trying to read to y'all what it's saying about the upkeep and maintenance for the plants. So I have my notes, I have my plants, and we're gonna get right into it. So this is, first of all, this it just tells the humidity of the room and the temperature of the room. Hopefully y'all can see it. I don't want to get too close. Hopefully y'all can see it. But yeah, so this tells the humidity and the temperature of the room. And from what I read, it's really good to have one of these so you can know if your plant should be in the room that it's in as far as the humidity and the temperature goes. Okay. So right now it says that the humidity is 46%. So before I closed the curtains, I think it was like 50 something. But with the curtains closed, it is now 46. It just went up to 47. And then the temperature right now in this room is 79 degrees. So it does tend to get hot in this room. And that'll determine, like, I know one plant I'm definitely going to have to take out of here because the room is too warm. So I'm going to do that. And then as far as the humidity goes, just make sure that the humidity levels isn't bad for the plants. Okay. So we're going to start with our peace lily. So here's our peace lily. I told y'all I did replant them or repot them. So I got these pots from Amazon. They came 6 in a pack. If you remember, I actually don't even remember what it looked like when I first bought it. So I'm gonna go back to the video and insert a clip just so y'all can see how it started and then see where it is now 3 weeks later. So it's not doing too bad. I know that I'm showing y'all just so y'all can see what's happening here. So some of the plants are starting to turn yellow, and a lot of them are kind of like droopy or whatever. So yeah, I did look some stuff up. This plant needs a little bit of maintenance. So the peace lilies, they need bright and indirect sunlight, so they're not supposed to be directly in the sun. And all of these plants have been directly in the sun because I just set them here because it was more convenient, and I figure all plants need light, so let's just sit them in the sun. But I didn't know that some plants don't need direct sunlight from the sun. So I'm probably going to move it. I'm probably going to move most of these plants to this bookshelf over here, so that way they won't be directly in the sun because I think that's doing them some harm. It says water when the top inch of soil is dry, and water thoroughly until the water starts to overflow from the bottom. So I haven't done that since I potted it. I haven't really like fully watered it. I've kind of just been like adding water or whatever, but not really letting it flow through and drain through. So I'm pretty sure I haven't been watering it as much as I should, which is probably part of the problem. Consistent temperature between 65 and 80 degrees. So the temperature in here actually works for this plant, which is fine. And then I think the humidity level in here is fine for this plant. And it says fertilize with a liquid house plant fertilizer every 2 weeks in the spring or the summer. So I fertilized these, I want to say I fertilized them maybe 2 weeks ago. So I am going to fertilize that. This is the fertilizer that I have, the Miracle Grow Indoor Plant Food Fertilizer. It's liquid, so I'm going to use this to fertilize the plants. I'm going to cut off these yellow leaves on here because they're pretty much done. So we're going to cut those off, 1, 2, and 3, and then we're going to move this and add some fertilizer and some water, and hopefully that'll help it start growing or continue to grow because it looks like it's been growing. So yeah. And then we have our spider plant. So I think I'm going to say this one has stayed the same. Like this has been the consistent size. I did repot it, but I actually repotted it into one of the pots that one of these plants was in. I don't remember, but I didn't want to put it in this big pot because I just felt like it wasn't ready for that yet because it was in one of those tiny starter pots. And this is it now. So I don't think it's been doing the greatest. So let's see what it says. So the spider plant, it says bright to moderate indirect light, avoid direct sun. So this is another one that's been getting direct sun, and it's not supposed to be getting direct sun. So again, we're going to move this one probably onto the bookshelf so it can be out of the direct sun. It says water regularly, but allow the top 2 inches of soil to dry out before watering again. So I think there's a possibility that I've been overwatering it, trying to like overcompensate. I don't know why, but I do think I've been overwatering it. So the water is still a little moist right now, so I'm going to leave it alone. I'm not going to water this plant. I'm just going to move it out of the sun. It says fertilize every 2 to 3 weeks with a balanced houseplant fertilizer during the growing season, which is spring to fall. So I am going to add some fertilizer because it's been about 2 weeks, maybe a little bit more than 2 weeks since I fertilized all of these plants. So I am going to add a little bit of fertilizer. They prefer cooler temperatures between 55 to 65 degrees. So like I said, this room right now is reading at 80. Usually it's like high 70s. So this room is too hot for the spider plant, which is probably why it's not growing. So I'm going to take the spider plant out of here. I'm probably going to put it downstairs in the living room because that's the cooler area of the house. So I'm definitely moving this one so it can grow, and that tells me why it's just been kind of like droopy and not really growing because I think it's too hot in here. Oh, poor baby. I'm so sorry. Okay, moving on to our polka dot pink plant. So I'm really sad about this plant because this was the one that I absolutely loved when I first bought it. It is growing because it wasn't this tall before. So it is growing. The problem is that, as you can see, a lot of the leaves are like just done for. And I did do some research and I know now why they are falling off like that. So yeah, my polka dot pink plant needs a little bit of maintenance, definitely, but let's see what it says. So the polka dot pink plant prefers bright indirect light. Same with all the other plants, is they're all getting too much sun, and I feel so bad because I should have looked this up a long time ago, but whatever, we're here now. They can survive. So I'm going to move it from out of the sun so that it stops getting direct sunlight. I'm going to move it onto the bookshelf so it can get some indirect light. It says if your leaves are losing their color, it might be getting too little light. But then it says if the leaves are bleaching and browning, it might be getting too much sun. So if you look at it, these here, well, this is my opinion. Y'all tell me if I'm right in the comments. These look like they are bleaching. They said if they're bleaching and browning, they're getting too much sun. So I'm going to say these are bleaching. I mean, at this point, it doesn't matter because they're all just popping right off. So yeah, but if you can see, they're starting to get new leaves. So it's doing something, and like I said, it wasn't this tall when I first bought it, so it's doing something, but I just want to make sure that it continues to grow, so I definitely need to move it out of the sun. I also think there's a possibility that I might not be watering enough, but let's see. It says water enough to keep the soil consistently moist but not soggy. If they dry too much, they will start to wilt. So I do think, I mean, it's not like dry, but it's not really thoroughly moist. So I am going to water this plant some more. It says they prefer moderate to high humidity. You can increase the humidity by misting the leaves or placing the pot on a tray of pebbles filled with water. So I'm not gonna get real fancy and do the pebbles with water. So I'm just gonna have to spray them. And then it says to encourage bushier growth, you can pinch or cut back the top 2 leaves on each stem every week. And then this is our Fittonia plant. It's called a Fittonia nerve plant. So I repotted this as well, but I'm kind of thinking I shouldn't have repotted it so soon. It's not doing bad. It's just, I don't know. It's not the best. I wouldn't say it's the best, but I also think I haven't been caring for it properly. So let's see what it says. The same as everything else, they prefer bright indirect light. So this one's going to be moved too from out of the direct sunlight. It does say too much sunlight can burn the leaves. So I don't have any burning of the leaves, which is good. This has been more to the front and like to the left. So it hasn't really been getting like direct sunlight, but I do think it's been getting too much sunlight. So we're still going to move it. It says water weekly, allowing the soil to dry out halfway before or between waterings. So I do think I've been overwatering this plant because when I first got it and I read about it a little bit, it seemed like it needed a lot of water. So I wanted to make sure that it didn't dry out. And I think in doing that, I've been overwatering. So I'm probably not going to water that today. I'm just going to move it out of the sunlight because I think that's part of the problem. It says they prefer humid environments with relative humidity between 40 and 50. So the humidity level works in here. And then it also says they prefer temperatures between 60 and 75 degrees. So the temperature is pretty good in here as well. And it says repot annually in the spring and early summer using fresh potting soil. So that's actually what I did when I bought it. So it doesn't need to be repotted. We're just going to move it. I'm going to stop watering it so much and we're going to hope that it starts to grow. Okay. So that's our Fittonia plant. And then our final plant is our Calathea plant. Okay. So let me tell y'all about this baby here. So this leaf here, I watched it grow. Like literally, it started out in a little, I can't explain it. And I don't think I took a picture because like I said, with so much going on, but literally I watched this big old plant right here grow. So that had me really excited. And I was like, okay, I'm doing well, whatever. And that was about 2 weeks ago. So since then, I feel like it hasn't been doing anything because I haven't been nurturing it. So we got to get it together. So let's see what it says about our Calathea plant. So same thing as everything else. It prefers bright indirect light. It should be kept out of direct sunlight. So we're going to move this out of the direct sunlight so that it can continue to grow. It says water when the top 2 inches of soil feels dry. Water more often in brighter light and less often in lower light. So this is actually dry. Yeah, this is real dry. Oh, okay. I mean, I have been watering it, but I guess I haven't been watering it enough because it's still dry. So we're going to water this because it is dry. But it says they prefer higher humidity levels. So I will have to start spraying that one daily because the humidity levels aren't really high in here. It says feed with a balanced liquid fertilizer every month during the growing season, which is spring to summer. So I am going to fertilize that again. And then it says prune off the leaves that appear dead or mostly dead. So nothing seems to be, oh, this one seems to be dying a little bit. I don't know if you can see it. But other than that, nothing really seems to be dying. I still don't know. I think I showed y'all this when I first bought the plant. I hope y'all can see. But ooh, y'all, the plants bring bugs too, just so y'all know. So y'all gotta be careful with that. I haven't gotten any like major bug situations going on, but just make sure you are aware that there's a possibility that you get bugs with the plants. Okay, so just so you know. But yeah, I showed y'all this when I first bought it, and I wasn't really sure what was happening here, if that was a good sign, if that was a bad sign. Because the plant has still been growing, I'm going to assume that it's not a terrible thing. But yeah, I'm still like monitoring it to see what's happening to make sure, you know, whatever's going on or whatever. The leaves look kind of dry, so I think I'm going to clean them. Just water it and move it out of the sun. So yes, that is our calathea plant, and then we have our big mama plant. I'm gonna call her Big Mama. Big Mama, Big Mama. Okay. She's been doing pretty good. Not the greatest. Like I said, there are some dead leaves. I probably should have cut these leaves here that look like they're dying and they're burnt. I probably should have cut them the last time that I was messing with these plants, but I didn't. So today I'm gonna cut them. The soil doesn't feel very wet, so I'm gonna water that as well. So yeah, so that's basically the breakdown of all of our plants, how they are doing now, and what is going on with them, what I need to do to kind of get them back together. So right now I'm just going to show y'all that process as I get the plants together. Okay, so I have my filtered water in a spray bottle and in my little watering can. Can you move, please? Watch out. And in my little watering can here, it says that you're supposed to use filtered water. You're not really supposed to use faucet water for your plants. So just a little piece of advice. Did I grabbed the scissors? So I found this little planting mat on Amazon. I don't think this is how it's supposed to be used, just flat out like this. There's like some kind of fancy way you could use it, but I'm just in here doing my little thing, so it's not really a big concern for me. Of course, it's pink because y'all know who I am. But yeah, I have soil on here from the last time that I planted them, which was like I said, like maybe 3 weeks ago. So don't judge me. But yeah, here we are. So this is our little peace lily. I'm gonna cut off this one's definitely dead, so we're just gonna cut this off. No, don't cut the little ones. All right, so yeah, get that out of here. This one's growing in a weird color. I don't like that. I'm gonna cut these off. I don't know if they're like horrible, but I'm just gonna cut them. I'm just gonna cut them right at the stem. And yeah, I don't want to sit this in here actually. But I want to water it enough to where the water really goes through, like it said. So the water's not going through the plant. I mean, through the pot. But I'm assuming it's because it's a lot of water, but I'm just gonna water it. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. So we're gonna let that drain out of there. Because now I know it's gotten all the way through. Like, but this wasn't happening before. So I know that the water wasn't really getting down to the bottom of the soil, which is what we need. So we're gonna let this drain out of here. And then we're gonna put it back on its tray, and I'm gonna move it out of the direct sun. Okay, one. Here's our little polka dot baby. I'm so sad about all of these leaves. Oh, poor little babies. I'm really scared to I'm scared to cut this back. So for right now, this is going to grow the way that it's growing until I can figure out what's happening down here at the roots anyway. So I'm just going to water it. So we're just going to give it a really good water. All right, that's enough. Same thing. We know it's going all the way through. And then I'm also going to move this one. So I actually think none of them get direct sunlight. I'm going to move them all out of the sun, definitely. This is the one that I said I actually think I've been doing fine with watering it. I'm just going to water the leaves because this is the one that says that it prefers higher humidity. So since it's not in a very humid area, I'm just going to just spray the leaves with water. That's all I'm going to do for this one. And I'm going to try to do this spraying of the leaves like maybe every day or every other day. And then this one also doesn't get direct sunlight. So we're going to move this one out of the sunlight too. We're going to move all of them. Now my spider plant is the one that is going to have to be moved out of this room completely. So for right now, I'm just going to water it. Oh, y'all know what I didn't do? I didn't fertilize any of these plants. Okay, so let's look at our fertilizer. It says directly to soil, 1 pump for small pots, 2 pumps for larger pots. So we get 1 pump because these are smaller pots. So this can be used directly on the plants or you can just add it to your watering mix. That's what this here says. So we're just going to add it directly to since they're not big. So it says 1 pump. I'm assuming I'm just going to pump it in the middle. Oh no, is my pump not working? Oh, dummy. Girl, get it together. All right, 1 pump, don't be extra. And I'm gonna water this. I don't want to water it too much. I just want to make sure that it has some water. It says wait to rewater until the top inch or 2 is dry. So that's all we're going to do for that. And then this one I'm going to move downstairs so that it can start to do its thing because it is too warm up here for it. And then this is our calathea. It also needs some water because this is quite dry. So we're going to add our fertilizer. We're going to water. And then this is another one that says wait until the top 2 inches of the soil gets dry before you water it again. So I'm just going to make sure that I'm getting enough water in here so that it gets all the way through to the bottom. And then this is also a high humidity plant, so we're just going to spray the leaves as well. And I'll probably again have to do that like every day to make sure that it's doing okay. And I'm going to cut this leaf off here just at the base because it's not doing the greatest. So there's that. And then we're going to move this one out the sun as well because it doesn't need direct light. For this one, we're going to cut off the leaves that aren't doing too great. I don't want to cut any off like prematurely. Alright, so we're going to leave the rest of them. I think they're fine. I'm going to add some fertilizer. I'm going to add 2 because this one's a little bigger. And we're going to water with a little bit of water that I have left. This should be fine. Just let that chill out and do its thing like it's been doing. Maybe I should do two over here and two over there. Watch out, pup. Okay, so basically this is what we have. These are our two plants, our peace lily and our polka dot, and these are our other two plants, our calathea and fittonia. And then this is Big Mama down here. I gotta figure out what kind of plant she is because I really don't remember. Yeah, I don't know what the lighting situation is. If I look bad in this lighting, please forgive me. But this is what we have. We have our two plants over here, our two plants over here, and then our one here. So no plant is in direct sunlight, which is great because they're not supposed to be. So hopefully without them being in the direct light, and now that I've fertilized them and watered them, they'll just keep growing. I'm gonna try to get some kind of schedule together so I can remember when I water them so I know when they have to be watered again. I have to do better with keeping up with that. One of these plants is not sitting right with my spirit because my throat is itching and, all of the things. So, yeah, I'm about to get out of this room with these plants, but this is what we have for now. I don't know as far as like decorations and stuff go. I'm not 100% sold on where everything is, but I just wanted to move the stuff so that the plants can go where they need to go to thrive and survive. So, that is what we have. So, I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, of course, make sure you like the video and comment down below. Let me know what you think about my plants, how they're doing. Y'all know I welcome all tips. I welcome any kind of advice you can give me about caring for my plants. Just let me know all of the things down in the comments. And thank you so much for tuning in. And I will see you all on the next one.